Hey guys, today I wanted to give you guys an update, a little bit to hold myself accountable and maybe remind myself of my perfume goals for the year 2023. I wanted to just go over my goals again and see how I'm doing. Sometimes I remember them and sometimes I forget about them, so let's talk about my 2023 goals and perfume goals and how it's going. My first goal was to declutter at least 50 perfumes, but ideally 75. I'm at, I think maybe 47 or something around there. That doesn't mean they're all just coming off my collection and my numbers going down, because I've obviously still purchased perfumes. So I'm doing okay on that. I think it's 47 or 57 that I have so far. So I'm doing okay, and I'm still gonna aim for the 75. So I still have about 25 more to go for 2023, which I think is easy because I already have like 10 lined up. I'm just waiting on a few other ones that I'm testing out to see if they might go, and then I will probably reach my goal. I'm not getting rid of perfumes that I like, so nobody worry, nobody panic that I'm letting go of perfumes and that I will regret it down the line, because I do not regret it. I don't regret. Out of over 100 perfumes that I decluttered in the last couple of years or so, I have only regretted 2, and for one of them was a backup of a perfume that I already have. So I mean, I kind of regret it, but I still have the original one, so I technically don't need the backup. I just regret it because now the prices have gone up on that perfume and I can't really get it if and when I run out of the perfume that I have. So I mean, I still have it, so that's one regret. Another regret is one that I think I got rid of for redundancy, so I still have the original, but I got rid of a clone and I got rid of it a little too soon. So I mean, 2 perfumes out of probably like over 100 perfumes that I've decluttered in the last couple of years. I think it's not bad. It's a risk I'm willing to take, I guess. So I'm okay. I never really repurchase perfumes that I let go of. That's not my thing. That's just really not my thing. Like I don't go back to anything. When I'm done with something, I'm pretty much done. So anyways, I don't know why I'm going off about that. Goal number 2 was to eliminate redundancy, and I think I've done okay about that, but I've also accepted some redundancy in my favorite types of perfumes and notes, because that's obviously what I'm gonna wear more, and I've accepted some redundancy where redundancy feels okay, like in the sense of if I have an expensive one versus a non-expensive one, because sometimes I feel a little bit guilty for really spraying the expensive one, and I want to feel free to spray the cheaper one or things like that. I'm not saying that's reasonable or smart, but I have accepted some redundancy, but I still want to get rid of when I have one perfume that's not as good as the other one and I prefer the one that I love more versus the other one. I feel like, why have the one that I don't reach for as much? So that is where I will still be working on eliminating some redundancy, but I've done okay. Not as good as I planned, but also accepted the fact that it's okay to have some. Does that make any sense? I don't know, makes sense to my brain. Number 3 goal was to buy less. I think I've done okay. I've done pretty good, and that's because in 2022 I completely overdid it and went completely crazy with my purchasing. So I have bought less. For the last 3 months, actually, I was on a low buy that went pretty well, so I have been buying less, so that's going okay. But I actually want to continue that low buy even without being on a low buy. Like, I just want my perfume consumption, like what's coming in, to be a lot less, so that way I can enjoy what's coming in and I can treasure it, wear it, I can enjoy it without moving on to the next and next thing all the time. You know, I feel like I can't enjoy what I have if I just keep bringing in new things, like a new shiny object to be obsessed about, you know. Then I am neglecting sometimes the rest of my collection. So that's going well so far. Build the connection with what I own was number 4. So that's what I'm working on. That's part of why, you know, I started doing more trays and more seasonal things, so I can build a connection. And then when I don't have the connection, I can get rid of them. But there has been a lot of perfumes when I was going crazy just buying that I just like wore once and then moved on to the next shiny thing, and some of them we never got that time to like bond and have a connection and have any kind of like build any kind of relationship with that fragrance, that I don't even know if I love it, if I like it, or when's the best time to wear it, or things like that, you know. So that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I wanted to focus on, and I think it's going okay. But part of buying less is also so I can enjoy what I have, you know. So that one's going okay as well. It goes better when I'm not constantly bringing in new things. So it goes back and forth depending on if I've been buying a lot of new things. Sometimes I forget about what I have. When I don't purchase things, then I'm able to enjoy them. So it's a 50-50. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Next is rotate my perfumes. Number 5 was rotate my perfumes and learn what I'm not reaching for. Again, that was so I can eventually declutter what I'm not reaching for, when I'm not like feeling it, you know, when I'm not like vibing with. So I have been doing that. That's why I've been able to declutter perfumes, because I've been like testing things, you know, to see if they work with me. Because there's a lot of smells that even though I love the smell of them, I don't love to wear them, and it's very different. Like, it's a whole nother vibe. Even when it comes to testing, I'm going off on a tangent, but even when it comes to testing, it's so important. I'm learning that it's so important to test them by wearing them versus smelling them, because apparently what I like to smell is not always what I like to wear, and that's something that I need to keep in mind more, you know. What was the goal again? Rotate my perfumes and learn what I'm not reaching for. I think I'm doing that pretty well. Number 6 is wear perfume for me even when I'm not around people. I have started doing that. I'm doing that a little bit more, a little bit better. And it's a certain type of perfume. It's a certain type of perfume that I gravitate towards for myself. The ones that just make me feel good and like lift me up, or perfumes that are like mommy vibes or chill vibes or fruity, things like that, that I just like to smell. So I have been doing that a little bit more, but I need to do it even more. Today I went on a walk and I sprayed myself with a nice fruity perfume, just so as I walked I could get whiffs of a nice fruitiness. So that was nice, and that one's going, I would say, okay. Not great, but it's going okay. Am I just like talking so fast because I feel like I am? I just had coffee, so I need to calm down. You guys are gonna have to like slow this video down in the speed, you know, put it like at 75 so I could sound like a normal person and not like a ADHD blabber. Okay. Number 7 was project use them up, project pan, project use it up till I can wear them out, finish them. What is that called? Just focus on some perfumes to finish the entire bottle. There was a lot of reasons why I didn't want to finish them, and one of the things that I started doing was adding a project pan, and it's going okay, except I made this project pan during the colder weather and I haven't really been wearing those once it warmed up. So I'm working on it, but I won't really be able to see my project pan through until it starts to get a little bit colder. You know what I mean? So I do think I'll have some empties, but I wanted to have way more empties than probably what I will have. So that one's going like not so great, but I still have time. I still have some time to see if I can accomplish this one. Number 8 was to create more face content, and look at me, here I am with my face. So that's going okay. It's still nerve-wracking. I'm still not as good as I would like to be. I mean, I still don't like it. I don't love it. I'm okay with it sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I have to look presentable. Sometimes it's a lot to put out there. It's a lot to put yourself out there. So I'm doing it, but I sometimes just struggle with the idea of having my identity be tied to my opinions. I think because I'm scared of criticism, sometimes kind of, and sometimes I feel brave and sometimes I don't. So, I mean, I go back and forth, but so far for now, I am posting more face content, and I feel like that's built the connection with some people a little bit better, which I enjoy, but I still probably will never stop doing my non-face videos, because that's kind of my comfort. It's my comfort zone right there. Like, that's kind of what I feel the best with, you know? So there's that. Also, what I love about posting face content is that you guys are really, really nice to me sometimes and give me compliments, and that kind of really boost my self-esteem. So that was nice, because when I started YouTube, I was struggling a lot with that because it was after I had the baby and he was still pretty small. So I like that part. You guys are really nice and forgiving of my double chin and my bad angles and my weird faces and like me going all over the place. I thought people were going to mention that, how my eyes just go all over the place, and I feel like I'm all over. Look at my hand, it's like covering. I feel like I'm all over the place, and nobody has said anything, so that's kind of cool. I appreciate you guys for accepting me as I am. Number 9, I wanted to talk badly about some perfumes and anti-hauls and anti-consumerism. I think I have done that, talking about toxic traits and talking about, have I done anti-hauls? I don't know if I have yet. I think I've sort of talked crap about some perfumes, but I definitely want to talk more crap about perfumes, especially things that get too much hype, or things that people feel guilty, or not guilty, things that people feel obligated to purchase or go along with. I definitely want to, still add some more anti-consumerism videos, even though people have not really responded great to those. That's just where my heart is at. My heart is a little bit with stop buying so much, that's kind of came up in my last couple videos, that some of my guilt was kind of coming out. So my guilt for like what I have, when I like say disclaimer, like, you don't need all this. I wasn't necessarily saying you don't need all this because I'm saying I should have all this, but you shouldn't. I was saying it more like, if you consider yourself a fragrance lover, you don't need to have as much as I have to still be a fragrance lover. And I was speaking to those people, the ones who feel like maybe to relate or to be part of the fragrance community, you need to have a huge amount of perfumes. And I wanted to tell people that they don't need to have a huge amount of perfumes to be a fragrance lover or collector. So that's what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to say you shouldn't have a large collection, because you should have whatever collection you want, because I really like have zero opinion on your collection. Just know that. And zero judgment. Like, this is a no judgment zone here, guys. It really is. I don't judge you, and I hope that you don't judge me, because we are just here because we love perfume, and that's all. But also, I do want to put a little bit more anti-consumerism, anti-overdoing it. That's just where my heart is at. And I am just not going to be here like, buy everything. You need this. You're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear you need this from me, because you don't need anything. You are fine the way you are. And I'm not here to push anything on you. And I don't plan on changing that. I'm not going to push anything on you, because fragrance is not like beauty. I feel like that's kind of where some of the misconceptions come from, is the beauty community, where most beauty products will work on most people if they're good, but that is not how scent is. Scent is so individual and subjective, and there's nothing you need, because we all have completely different taste. So that's why you don't need what people are influencing you to tell you to buy, because you might have different taste. Okay, I feel like I can go on about that forever, and let's not. So number 10 was to stay away from super expensive perfumes. I think I've done okay. I think I purchased Blanc Bête this year, which was really expensive. Probably my most expensive or second most expensive perfume that I own. So, but other than that, I've done okay to stay away, because I just didn't want to go into that I didn't want to go that direction where my taste just got more expensive, and as I had access to more expensive perfume, I like left the cheapies behind. I just didn't want to go there. That wasn't the direction for me, to just start off with celebrity perfumes and cheap perfumes, and then like slowly just go to designers, and then more expensive, and then like super expensive $300-400 niche perfumes. That wasn't my journey. So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't head that direction. And I don't think I have. My way of collecting is to have what smells good to me. And if I can maybe purchase a little bit of the ones that are expensive, if I can have access to them, I love that. But but only the ones that smell, only the ones that are worth it, you know. Those are the ones that I'm willing to, you know, spend a little bit more money on if they're amazing and better than anything that I could purchase for less than that. Because if a $200 perfume, $300 perfume smells as good as a $50 perfume, then I'm just not interested, because I could just buy like three $50 perfumes and still not spend the same amount of money, and that's funner. That's funner to me. So that goal, did I say if I was doing good or not? That goal is, I think, going okay, pretty well, you know. So that's kind of it for how I'm doing. I'm doing okay. There's still some things I need to work on. This is just like a refresher, you know. This is a refresher on my goals that I need to focus more on, and that's how I'm doing so far. What about you guys? Did you guys set any intentions, any goals for this year, and how are you doing with those goals? I remember talking about some of these goals in the comments with you guys, so if you guys want to give me an update, that would be really cool. Let me know how it's going for you. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for being here. I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.